Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the New Oaks AI podcast. I'm your host, Leland Best, with my guest, Ray Luan, CEO of not only New Oaks AI podcast, EasySite AI, but also now a new product coming out today, or was it the other day, Ray? I should say. We've got the Nano Banana Biz to talk about today as well. So we're really excited about what's going to happen in the episode. Ray, nice to see you today. It's been a little while. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. It has been, I think, 3 weeks since our last
Yeah.
podcast. So there are a lot of things happened. So, yeah, just recovered our website. We did some serious maintenance and security upgrade um, for the past week. So everything
Yeah,
is back
tell
normal.
us what
Yeah,
happened, Ray, as at least as transparent as you can be with someone who had a security issue pop up on a site like that. It's obviously
yeah,
something that all site owners have to contend with one way or another, and that's just a secure site. So can you give a rundown of what may have happened, or at least to give an
yeah.
idea of what we as users have to anticipate or what we need to know in the future? Go ahead.
Sure. So what happened is that there was a attempted cyber attack, which means that someone tried to hack our website. So we have been working on that, fighting with the attacker for like 1 or 2 days. And the good thing is that we do have all of our data backup and in different servers. So that's a good thing. So we back up our data every minute. So that's good. We were able to keep our data safe, but some of our customers' images were lost because of the security issue, and we just fixed that for the past week. We literally rebuilt the whole system, and we rented another server. So it means that all of our data and images now are saved in two different servers.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
that
Okay.
whenever there's one server is down for some reason, we have another server backup, and we'll be able to rotate back in and immediately restore everything. So we're pretty safe right now. That was what happened.
Redundancy is a good thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
exactly. It's
fact.
very necessary.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
not
So
everybody realizes how important backup systems are. We try to build them ourselves over here whenever possible, so that if one fails over, we've got a switch that we can pull. And in real time, it's done in automation so that we don't think about it. It's just a switch from one system to another. But in your case, you weren't ready for that attack. And it was something that, you know, implies that everyone should really pay attention to what's going on in cyberspace because it could hit anybody.
yeah,
We never know who it's going to be.
yes, yes, exactly. So it's a double-edged sword, which means that if we increase our level of security, it means that our flexibility of development is not was as good as was before, because previously we can do whatever we want, right? So that we can publish features overnight even.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
with more security, yeah, security, it prevents attackers from outside. It also create a lot of hurdles inside, right? When
It
we want
does.
to publish some features, there's a lot of permission
Mhm.
issue that we need to solve internally, right?
Mhm.
Because we also
Yep.
create barriers for ourselves. So, but it is something that we have to do. So we're happy that this happens in the early stage of New York's and EasySite. So
Yeah.
we definitely will do better on that.
All right. We got a little bit of connection issues with Ray. We're just flipping through the screen here. We're all right. We're just getting little
Okay.
hiccups through the internet. We are all the way across the world during this broadcast, 12 hours time difference. So we're just doing what we can to keep these feeds going. And I know there has been a lot of talk, Ray. If you might, is this something you can even discuss? I know it might not be, so you can just leave it at that if you must. But are any of the things that's going on in your neck of the woods right now impacting your ability to actually access and utilize the internet from where you're located, or is that something that you don't really see to be a problem for you?
Yeah, there
And if you
is.
can't talk about it, that's fine. So that's what I understand.
No, I can talk a little bit about that. So there is a
Okay.
wall, right?
Yep.
Internet, internet. So it's kind of like filtering the information. There's a lot of social media platforms that we cannot access,
Yep.
like YouTube or even TikTok or Facebook. So it is a challenge for developers, especially we need to access either Google and all of different information sources overseas.
That's what I was wondering, because I know they've
Yeah,
put quite a restraint recently on a lot of the traffic that's going in and out in your area. So I just wanted to make sure that most people understand that. We totally get it.
yeah,
That it's really
yeah,
not under your control. There's nothing we can do about that. But I was just
yeah,
curious if it was something that was seriously impacting. So good to hear.
yeah. So, but it was okay. So there's a technology called VPN, so that we can
Of course,
just go through that, right?
we
Yeah.
gotta
So,
love
but
those. That's for
yeah,
sure.
but network speed is really a challenge for a lot of developers. You
Yeah, I
know,
bet.
so I hope Elon Musk Starlink will solve that problem. Just the
We're
Starlink
getting
cell
there.
phone is released, I
Yeah,
heard. So
yeah.
hopefully it will solve that issue.
I'll be interesting to see. I just realized just this week we've got another network coming through with fiber this week. So I'm looking forward
Oh,
to having access to literally up to 5 gig up, 5 gig down with the
wow,
fiber network
that's
that I could get my
wow,
hands on. And
that's
it
good
starts
news.
at 500, 500, and then works its way up 1,000, 2,000, 2,000. And to have that
Oh,
balanced type of internet connection is what I've been looking for a decade, just to do
yeah,
broadcasting, because it makes such a
yeah,
difference in the way we broadcast. So looking forward to it. And hopefully it'll also improve what we do here out of the podcast. So, and by
yeah.
the way, Ray, this is episode 55. You dropped the feed because my work flow
Oh,
was down. I am reverting. We're working on new workflows with Jim and his Crib Ops product. So we're going to be reassigning all of our N8N workflows on the back end, and maybe even
yeah,
building some of them on AWS very immediate future, because he's given us a one button install to be able to do that,
yeah.
which is really cool. I'll show it to you. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in AI, Ray. OpenAI and GPT-5 launched a huge new model called Codex. So tell us about it. How is that one working out for you?
Yeah, so GPT-5 they release a coding tool called Codex. Codex is very much for developers, right? It's a command
Mm-hmm.
line based AI coding tool versus Anthropic's Cloud Code. It's usually command line just to build everything with AI. So I haven't tried that yet, but I heard there are a lot of developers have switched to Codec when the date it was released, because Cloud Code has been constrained by their computing power, so that they degrade the intelligence level
Mm-hmm.
of coding. So I think there are a lot of developers were affected by that, and then they decide to go to try Codex
Mm-hmm.
of GPT, which is good. Competition is always good for in terms of infrastructure, right? So that we are the beneficiaries as application builder in
Mm-hmm.
terms of that competition in the infra level. So I think
So
that's good thing.
the pricing's up there. I'll give them that. When you get into GPT-5, the price scales that I'm seeing anyway, I'm just looking at their pricing models that I had up on the screen a second ago. You're looking at $1.25 per input million, and per
Yeah.
output, that's $10 per million tokens on output. That's
Oh, okay.
it's expensive
Oh,
on the output end for
yeah.
GPT-5. The minis obviously much less. It's about a fifth of the cost at $2 per million output, and less than really 2.5 cents per million up into the cloud. Or no, 25 cents per million token input. Cached input is 0.025 million. And
Okay.
then you've got the nano model, which is sitting at 5 cents per million token input and 4D cents per million output. So a little
Okay.
different format, but that's quite a
Yeah,
difference in
but
scale.
right. But for coding, I don't think anyone wants to use the nano or the mini. For the coding, I think people
No.
are after the performance, right? Yeah.
Now,
So
what
the
about
cost
this
is high.
coding on the phone? What about it looks like they're allowing for even you to kind of run code from, it says here, kickoff tasks from the GPT mobile app whenever
Uh-huh.
inspiration strikes. So you can track progress, review your PRs, and merge changes from your phone. So if you're on the fly and you decide I need to change a
Wow.
subset of code that you've been working on and something pops into your head,
Yeah.
you can just plug it into your phone and attach it to the model. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep. Yeah.
What do
But
you
I
see
don't
as
think
an advantage, Ray? How's it going to advantage you?
yeah, of course. I think that's going to benefit us in terms of we're building AI coding tool EasySite,
Mm-hmm.
right? So most of our developers are using Cloud Code to build EasySite because Cloud Code is so far the best coding tool in terms of performance, but also it's costly, and because of the constraints of computation power, it degraded the intelligence very often. So with the release of GPT Codex, I think our developers will have two different set of tools. I mean, in terms of the performance space to use to code on a daily basis, which not only can lower down the cost, but can also maintain the performance of coding and improve our efficiency.
And
in terms
how
of
do you
dev
think it
teams.
compares? How do you think it compares to Claude?
I haven't tried myself, but I think from the review, from what I have seen, I think is on par with the level of Anthropic cloud coding, cloud code. I think it's on par with cloud code from what I heard or researched, which is good. Versus for other like Gemini and other AI models, they all have coding, but their coding is no way even to be compared with Cloud Code. Cloud Code so far is still the best coding tool. It's just not stable, and the cost is high.
Gotcha. So, and you're referring basically to the tier 4 mode of Claude, or does it really matter which tier you're on? Is that more about how much you're using Claude? Like when you get into the tier levels, I know you guys mentioned for EasySite, you're better to use the Claude tier 4 API than to use just the standard Claude. Can you kind of explain why that's so?
Yes. So if you use API, it comes with API. So tier 1, 2, 3, 4 is your API level. If you're tier 4, so it's all about the speed limit, the rate limit, and also the amount of tokens that you can access per day. Gotcha. So because of, coding is so resource consuming a tool. So cloud use the different tiers to limit the level of tokens that you can access and limit the rate you input and output tokens. Okay, so just for the sake of saving their computing powers. So if you're tier 4, you're literally unlimited in terms of access of tokens, and also the rate limit. They give the highest rate limit. Versus if you're tier 1 and tier 2, they will limit the input and output number of tokens every single day. For example, if you're tier 1, tier 2, I think there's certain limit that after you use up how many tokens per minute, then you'll be stopped, right? You have to be on the queue. So that's the difference.
I got it, because I was looking at some of their, the free plan obviously can be used by anybody and just at relatively low volume. So what you're really talking about is throttling. Once you get to, certain limit on your account, when you're just plugging all kinds of code into it, they're going to basically say, okay, slow down, enough's enough. They're going to stop you in your tracks until you tear up. And actually, looks like we're bouncing signal. He'll be able to tear up and get a more solid connection basically to the model, so that you are using as many tokens as you want. Your response is going to be faster, and you're also not going to be throttled in the way that it responds back to you. So good stuff, Ray. So let's move on then from just to top this off. OpenAI released GPT-5 Codex. This is optimized for code generation and debugging. It promises stronger reasoning and multi-language support. Early adopters are highlighting near real-time collaborative programming as they're using it, and it sets a new benchmark for AI-powered software development tools. So go check it out. It's the newest GPT-5 Codex. So let's move on to EasySite, Ray. A lot of stuff, not a whole lot of feature updates, but it's part of the template that you're putting into it that's really exciting. So tell us what's going on over at EasySite. I know we don't have any updates for New Oaks today, except for the fact that, if you have a New Oaks account and you're experiencing any image failures, you're going to have to go back into your account and upload some of your, little content images that you use to identify your bots. or anything that's inside the widget that shows up on the web space. So go ahead and make sure you update those as soon as you can to make sure your account's up to date. All right, Ray, pre-made template, Nano Banana Biz. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So Nano Banana is the API, is the name of the API that Gemini Pro, Gemini Flash image, right? 2.5 Flash image. So it was quite popular that it became a virus spreaded website, right? After they were released 2 weeks ago. So we figured that Gemini, Nano Banana API is so good. I think there will be a lot of users or image creators wanting to use that. And the pain point for a lot of web coders is that it's still very difficult for a junior level or entry level web coders to create a full-blown functional SaaS, right? Because even though AI make coding so easy, but I think it still takes the experience and understanding of building product to make complete tool. So I think for most of our customers, it's going to take them like at least 3 to 4 weeks of time to build a complete functional SaaS tool. So I think there's an opportunity is that we can build a pre-made template, which means that it's a ready to go website. Once you just pay it and you have all the features built in already. For example, for a complete SaaS platform functional like Nano Banana, you need to have a sign up and sign in module, right? Component. And you need to have a main feature, which means call the API of Nano Banana to display the image and transform the text prompt into an image or transform an image to another image with AI. So that's the main feature, right? And also you need to do the billing and do the payment, especially do Stripe integration. So the payment is also paying on us. And after you get pay from the user, you also need a customer service AI chatbot, right, to capture lead and save those lead into your database. Then you need a built-in database, right? And then after you save the customer's information, you need to send a bunch of emails to follow up with your lead. So to build a sales funnel and so on. And you also need to worry about SEO features, right? How to set up SEO title, description, and blocks, so on. So there's so many tons of things that you need to build before you publish a complete website. So we figured that it's best for us to make the whole website ready, and so that you have a turnkey solution, right? Just run ads or get more customer, then boom, you can make money right away. So that's the whole purpose of Nano Banana Biz.
So cool. So I'm just showing the template of one that's inside EasySite.ai. This is the Nano Banana image editor that was placed together as a template within the site itself. And I don't know if this is the one you guys put together, Ray, or if this was someone else creating their own and provided as a public. But as you can see, you just simply go image to image or text to image. You're building your own little layer over a shell over top of what would be known as the Nano Banana website, which is built on Gemini 2.5. So that's really all you're doing, right, Ray? You're building a shell system that people can attach on the back end through EasySite. And not only that, but you're adding the feature to add its own customer relations bot through NewOaks as well, which I think is impressive. So tell us a little bit about how that whole 3-part process comes together on the back end. What is it really doing back there?
Yeah, so for Nano Banana Biz, so once you get a template and the whole project will copy to your EasySite account, right? So it's literally Nano Banana Biz is 100% built with EasySite. So after you get the template, you will get the same copy of Nano Banana Biz on your EasySite accounts, and then you can use prompt to customize the UI, to customize logo and everything. So it's highly customizable Nano Banana AI website. And then New Oaks AI chatbot is also built into the Nano Banana Biz template, so that you do not need to build another AI agent just for customer service and also to capture lead and make appointments. So we make the two things together with a built-in open box and ready to go template, so that everything is set. The only thing you need to do is just to change the UI and look and feel of the website, and then start to invest on ads to get traffic. That's all.
Very cool. And this is available. We're looking for reviews out on Product Hunt, correct, Ray? So you want to tell them a little bit about how it's being offered up on Product Hunt this week?
Yes. So we actually launched on Product Hunt on Sunday, and then so the idea is that we want to make it more public. We make more potential users to be able to test it and try it and leave reviews. So if you go to Product Hunt and comment on the review and upvote, you will get 20 credits, which means that you can have 10 free images generation every month. Okay, so wow, the idea is just go vote and get 10 free images per month if you vote on Product Hunt and leave reviews.
Very cool. Yeah, I think I just left a little comment out there for you, Ray. So we'll be looking for you. And all you have to do is search for Nano Banana Biz, correct?
Yep. Yes. Nano Banana Biz. Biz. It means that business version of Nano Banana.
So I'm going to show them how to find it. If you head over to Product Hunt, it's usually preferred. I think the best way to do this is either log in with your Facebook, Google, or LinkedIn accounts. Even X, I think you can log in over here. But you're going to be looking for Nano Banana Biz, clone, customize, and launch your own Nano Banana in minutes with the recent launches. You just simply click on that, and you'll be able to find the actual page and the link to the website. It's already been upvoted 62 votes, and some comments are rolling in on as to the wonderful platform that they feel they've gotten their hands on over here. So I'm really looking forward to how people use this, Ray. It's kind of exciting when you see the way you've taken the EasySite builder and not only merged it with your first product, New Oaks AI, but now you're even productizing EasySite in such a way that people can just climb in, grab a template, build a website SaaS with an agent that covers all your customer service and is fully connected to Stripe, so that you can go ahead and start collecting money right away. So that's a pretty cool concept. Now, what brought all this to light, Ray? Can I ask that question? Like, what was the defining moment where you guys said to yourself, you know what, we need to just combine all these things together? What was it that made that spark happen?
Yes, that's a good question. Thank you, Leland, for asking the question. So the idea is that, well, the reason that we built EasySite is that first we built New Oaks AI, right? New Oaks is an AI agent that can help answer questions, capture lead, but also there are a lot of business owners, after they got a chatbot, and they have difficulty to embed AI agent into their own website because they need to copy a piece of code and embed that into the HTML header. And this process is a pain point for a lot of business owners, right? Not everybody knows how to.
Everyone. No,
it's not easy process. There will be a lot of there are a lot of opportunities for mistakes, right? You can make during the process. Absolutely. So I think about, as a user, from a user's perspective, you just want something ready to make, right? You don't want to copy code, right, from one place to another place and just and debug it when you open the AI chatbot, you kind of figure out what's wrong, right? So I think with the vibe coding tool, inception of AI vibe coding, I think that it brings another opportunity that we can help our customers of News to build their own website and customize their website and have a seamless integration of their AI agent and the website or landing page, right? I think essentially the landing page and the AI agent is the building block for any business owners. Doesn't matter what business you have, you need to have a placeholder to present your brand, right? And you need to have a infrastructure or platform to retain your customers and nurture your customers, and so that they can become more familiar with the product and eventually become a paid user. So the whole process needs to be automated by AI. So that's why we integrate Nuix AI with EasySite. And this is not enough, because I think for every single business owner, they need to work, they need to acquire their users, right? Customers. They need to invest on their internet traffic, get more users, and they need to nurture their users, and they need to get users to pay, and then they need to keep publishing new features to provide more values to their users. So the whole funnel is not automated yet. So the idea of EasySite is that we're not only building a website, we are using AI. We're empowering business owners to build things, build everything from customer acquisition until the final sales, and also the customer success. So the idea is to make EasySite a app factory to build all different apps during the user's journey from acquaintance of your product and eventually to become a loyal customer to your product. So that's the whole idea. I think there are a lot of more things we are going to do with EasySite AI. EasySite AI is not a web coding tool. It's not only a web coding tool. It's going to be a AI app factory that keep producing apps every single month, right? Just to empower our business owners to build.
Absolutely.
So that's that.
I appreciate you going that extent to the explanation, Ray, because it's been an ongoing growing experience that I've watched from beginning to end. And I'd love to see where you've taken it. And when I saw the custom domain upgrade you just did to Nuix the other day with the Nuix white label homepage,
yes,
I want to explain why this is so important to me, Ray, because I'm going to show people real quick. This is the Nuix AI website. Okay. If you happen to buy into the white label add-on, which is available on any of these apps, if you wanted to do that for yourself and brand it yourself, which I did, and you can have the same look and style and feel that Ray has already incorporated as a really nice landing page for his Nuix AI bot, minus a few of his obvious, nuances that he's done for his own brand. But his white label looks very much like this with a little bit of tailoring. But now, Ray, tell us what you've done recently, because I want to show him real quick. This is what I built for my brand. And I had to build a website that used a lot of the same information. Now, I did not use EasySite to build this. I used a different builder inside cPanel that allowed me to create something for the front end so that people could buy your product through me with my white label. But this took a lot of effort. This was not just a simple 2-hour build for me to put that website landing page together. But what you just did the other day changes that completely. So tell me what you just added to EasySite and the Nuix white.
Yes. So previously, for a white label user of Nuix AI, you have the same for every single white label customer domain. You literally have the same look and feel, right? Because we only can make one copy of the landing page, the home page. But with the help of EasySite AI, now you can customize your homepage, which means that previously, like what you did, Leland, you spent probably a couple months, right, to put everything together and come up with highly personalized and customized homepage for the white label website to sell the AI agents or AI chatbot. But with the help of it, now we integrate, we call it AI custom homepage for your white label, right? So that you can use only one prompt, just one prompt, to have a different styled and very personalized and characteristic homepage, right?
So cool, dude. It just blew my mind when I saw you do that. I was like, my gosh, he just found the perfect way to just give every white label owner a way to really stand out for themselves, because it doesn't affect you at all. You're just building, you've got people who have paid you a fine sum to do that for you. And on this end, we're seeing just more and more integrations that we're like blown away. We're just sitting here like, man, we can really do this now, to the extent that we don't have to spend a lot of time. And this should really trigger a purchase point for a lot of you guys that might just have this app and have been considering whether or not you should white label. And didn't, because you're like, man, how am I going to put all that front end on it? And I don't want it to look like Ray's, and that's going to take too much cost and time. So they poo-poo it away. But I think you've just changed the game there, where a lot of people are going to start coming to you and say, hey, Ray, I want to talk to you about that white label again.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
what AI coding, the challenge that AI coding solved is customization. So customization was the pain for every business owners. The reason that we only provide one template for Nuix AI white label is that we don't have the resource, right, to customize for every single white label user's homepage. But now with the help of AI coding, the dream came to true, right? You can have like, you know, different number, literally no limit number of personalized website as
now
you
that's a
want,
good
right?
question. You just made a good point, because of the fact that you can add numerous custom domains to your backend. If you have a white label, you could create. Now, does that allow you then to create a different landing page for each custom domain that you have in the system? Would
Yeah,
that allow
so
you to do
the
that?
white label
Really?
only have one customer domain, but you can create different, there like numerous number of websites for the same customer domain. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. That's pretty cool. That's intense, Ray. Well, I want to thank you for coming once again, as you always do. Even though we've missed a few weeks out here, Ray, of course, ran into a little bit of a snafu on the back end, thanks to unreasonable players in the world that wanted to do an injustice to Ray and his website. So he managed to recover from all of that. Again, if you have a New Oaks website and you see some images not showing up in your widget or anywhere on the back end of your system, that is a sadly to say, some images were lost in the process backup, whether or not, because they're not held images on the backup. They're just stored within the containers themselves. So that stuff vanished. You're just going to have to replace the little icons that you had for your graphic, for your bot and things like that. Not much to really concern yourself with. But Ray, I'm looking forward to what comes next. And make sure you head over to Product Hunt, where you can leave some comments. Get this thing rolling, folks. This is Nano Banana Biz. It's a template to create your very own pre-made Nano Banana Biz turnkey starter pack, packed with all kinds of enterprise grade tools like Google Auth, AI generated SEO, bring your own API, roles and permissions, built-in CRM and database, SMT email, front-end source code, billing orders and admin, you name it, it's all there. And he gives you 2 million complimentary tokens to get started. So, Ray, take care of yourself. We'll see you next time. I know you got to bail and get out of here. So, take care. Have a great week.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you
Take
next
care.
time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Right, bye for now. And we are out of here. This is the New Oaks AI podcast, and we'll see you next time. Take care.